Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and in this loadout video we're covering one of my favorite kits for the Super Hornet, and I like to call it the Mass Cat. Now the loadout here is combining three of the angrier and more spammable weapons in the game, being the Panthers on the wings and the nose of the Super Hornet, and then on the ball turret running two Strife size 2 mass drivers. Now as mentioned before, I plan to label these as either being fun, effective, or interesting, and I would put the Mass Cat setup in the effective category. The reason that I like this and I find it to be so effective is that the weapons complement the ship pretty well. The F7CM is a super slow ship with an average maneuverability, and having the Panther repeaters means that you can keep a fairly long period of firing on whatever target may be in front of you. And when the Saber is such a prominent figure in Arena Commander matches, it's harder to hit when you're having a harder time keeping them in your sights. The Panthers do well to let you land at least some shots, and when you get a constant stream of fire on target, the shields and then the hull actually end up melting pretty quick. Panthers have in general become one of my favorite weapons and a go-to on most of my ships with size 3 options, and what you get in exchange makes it worth dropping the canard turret that then comes standard on the nose of the Super Hornet. I actually never really run with that canard turret equipped, primarily because the thing is so exposed and it's so likely to take damage that you end up losing those weapons very quickly, on top of the fact that you're maxed out at size 1s there. Now, I'll take one fixed size 3s over two gimbaled size 1s any day, but part of that has to do with the fact that I'm on joystick, making fixed weapons preferred for me anyways. In addition to the Panthers, you've got the two mass drivers on the ball turret. And the Strife mass drivers are really nice, and while they have a low rate of fire, they seem impossible to overheat. They offer up a lot of damage and a fast bullet velocity. Mentally, it's easier for me to make the distinction between a super fast firing weapon like the repeaters and the slow firing weapons of the mass driver to really aim your shots and time it well. I have a harder time when dealing with multiple pips and similar different rates of fire, but a little bit different, including overheating times, like running laser repeaters paired with laser cannons. It's a little bit tougher for me, at least mentally. One of the main drawbacks to the ballistics on ships is that when you live long enough, you tend to run out of ammo. The slow rate of fire on these means that you have plenty of ammo, and I've yet to completely run out. Now, in practice, while some of the other loadouts I've done, there are targets that I felt were better suited to attacking, like the Mantises going for slower and bigger ships, and with the neutron cannons going for those about to die. But this mix of weapons on a ship like the F7CM means that you can engage anyone, and your focus then becomes on keeping them on target. If you can manage to sneak up on someone dealing damage to somebody else, you have a lot of DPS potential to really do some quick damage, get your points, and then work on their target after you're done with them. The fact that you're not locked situationally based on this loadout and the high damage output combined with the durability of the Super Hornet means that you're really going to be ready for just about anybody, and you can have a great chance of succeeding in just about any situation. The only real downside to this loadout is in the Super Hornet itself, and that comes down to being able to contend with Sabers and other light fighters. Now, a lot of people tend to get overwhelmed by these faster and more agile ships, but if you have the ability to utilize strafe, specifically back strafe, combined with your boost, and you can keep good spots for your line of firing and just kind of keep yourself in a good position, you're going to be fine. So that's it for this video. If you have questions, suggestions, or requests, please get them in. I really like doing these videos because they kind of force me into new and interesting things that I probably wouldn't have done otherwise. So send me just about anything and I'll try and work up some options. But until next time, I appreciate you guys watching. Have yourselves a wonderful day and take care.